Oh, hi there, and welcome back once again to Driftville City. Today is going to be my final video ever on YouTube. I hate April Fools, man. It's just such a bad day to be on the internet. It makes me sad. Whoever created April Fool's Day is an absolute jerk, and they should feel bad. Anyways, welcome to Route 6. Today we have many battles to be fought. Now, there's an array of new wild Pokemon on this route. It's been a while since we've actually had a few new wild Pokemon. Unfortunately, wild Pokemon here are kind of, meh. I don't know. There's not too many, and some of them are really gimmicky. The first one is Deerling and Salisbuck. Now, you'll get one for free at the Weather Institute, and it has the Serene Grace ability, so if you want to use Deerling, just go to the Weather Institute and get that one. The gimmick about this Pokemon is it changes its appearance depending on the season, but aside from that, it's a grass normal type, so it has a lot of weaknesses. It's kind of, I don't know, I just think it gets outclassed by other grass types. It's usable, but that doesn't make it necessarily an amazing Pokemon. Fungus is another Pokemon on this route. It is a grass poison type, and again, I feel it just kind of gets outclassed by other grass types. It isn't necessarily a bad Pokemon. It relies a lot on status effects. It's very status effect oriented. So if you like strategy and stuff, then it might be a good Pokemon for you. Castform is one of the most gimmicky Pokemon in all of Pokemon. Its special, unique ability allows it to change form based on the weather. Now, this is actually really good for it because its stats are really blah. So you have to use its ability to adapt the situations to your advantage. The problem is you're going to need a weather type move that's going to cost a turn of setting up. I don't know, Castform's very average to, I don't really care for it as a Pokemon, but if you like fiddling around with like strategy and stuff, then it's a good Pokemon for you because it's so gimmicky. The last two Pokemon on this route are a bit interesting. Shelmet and Carablast, both bug types, and to make them evolve you have to trade with the opposite, like if you want to get Shelmet to evolve you have to trade with a Carablast. It's like a weird evolution method. Shelmet evolves into Axelgore. It's a bug type. It is basically a glass cannon. It has amazing speed. I think its special attack is good. I'm going off of memory here. It's a average Pokemon. I think it gets outclassed pretty hard by other Pokemon. Plus it doesn't have to. Plus there's other Pokemon that don't require trading to evolve. Carablast evolves into Escavalier, which is a bug steel type Pokemon, and I think this Pokemon is actually pretty decent. It has good defensive stats. It has pretty decent offensive attacks. Of all the Pokemon on this route to consider, I think this is definitely the strongest of them all. So that's just my opinion on the matter. You can grab an elixir there. The other Pokeball is a fungus in disguise. It is level 29. I'm gonna ignore fighting it because I don't have any interest in fighting it. But you can fight it if you want to there. Oh, and there's also a hidden grotto that I forgot to point out earlier on the route. You can find it on your own. As you head up here, you can meet up with Charon. And Charon's going to drag you into the Weather Institute. And inside the Weather Institute, because clearly he has to talk about this in here, apparently there was a sudden drop in temperature near La Sunosa. Why do they make the name so difficult to say? It makes me sad. 58 degrees negative Fahrenheit? What? That's ridiculously cold temperatures. That's like... Brr, that's cold. And then, because of this, he's like, I'm going to give you Surf. Because you need HM03, Surf. Now, Surf is one of the best moves, one of the best water-type moves in the game. 100% accuracy, 95 power, special base, has lots of power points. This move is amazing. Plus, you can teach it unlimited number of times, plus you can use it outside of battle. So, yeah, you definitely want to teach this to your water-type Pokemon, at least on any in-game team. That is my opinion, at least. I actually probably need a Pokemon that knows Fly. I actually need that really badly. Now, there are areas that we have missed in the game that we can now return to and surf and explore the rest of the areas. I'm going to do that in the next part. The next part will kind of be like backtracking and going over areas that you can now surf in. I'll finish off Route 6 without surfing first. Now, this guy here will give you a Deerling if you have space in your party. Like I said, it has a unique ability. It's the Serene Grace ability. If you're going to use Deerling, use this guy's Deerling. It's the way to go. This guy will be like, yo, changing seasons. Anyways, that wraps up the Weather Institute. And we have more battles to fight. Ah, yes. For science. Of course, for science. If we head up here, this lady will talk about some abilities, but most importantly, we can pick up a Moonstone. Very useful for evolving a Muna or Skitty, if you happen to have those Pokemon. If we head down this way, if you don't mind wandering through grass, you can grab yourself a Tiny Mushroom. Tiny Mushrooms are only good for selling. And then there's this person to fight. All of these scientists and their science. And then we can head over this way, and guess what? We can fight more battles. And two of these Pokeballs here are Funguses. Again, this one is the real one. It's an Ultra Ball. This is actually a pretty solid route for training Fire-type Pokemon. So if you have any Fire-type Pokemon, just keep them at your front. Because like everything on this route is weak to fire. And with her out of the way, we can head up and be stopped by a wild giant beast. Actually, it's Cobalion, but he's just gonna stop by and bounce on off. Kind of like Suicune in previous Heart Gold Soul Silver / Gold Silver Crystal. So, at Cobalion, I'm gonna tell a story of a mighty beast. Oh, actually a trio of beasts, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. War, depression, and stuff and things. So, we can't actually go around catching them now, but that will be something that you can do in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this. They'll tell you a little story, and then you can go on your merry way. If you have your dowsing machine on, there is in the grass up here a protein that you can take for your convenience. After getting this protein, we can head over to the right here. There's going to be a guy who's like, yeah, Charge Stone Cave. More importantly, there is a house here that you can talk to the lady and she will heal your Pokemon up for free, 100%. Very useful and convenient. And then we could talk to the person here, and this girl will give you a shiny stone, useful for evolving Pokemon like Minccino or Roselia. And there's one last battle we could fight on this route. It is over to the right of here in the thicker grass. And it is a ranger. And he'll give you a Pecha Berry for your troubles. And that wraps up Route 6. If you head up from here, you'll reach the Charge Stone Cave. Now, I'm going to take a detour, and we're going to go do some exploring with Surf, since we now have it. But I will do that next time. Thank you, and good night.